Well, that was fun. Let's try that again. What? Okay. That was fun, let's reboot the game. The system instability, I swear. You've seen this. You're familiar with what the campaign is. Let's grab some defense. I guess I'll let this play again.
The bards possessed the history and identity of the barbarian people. But after generations of oppression, only 4 still lived. Knowing the importance of these wise men, the wizard, Kurl, imprisoned them in his tower and held them for ransom. Tarnum's life in exchange for the bards.
I think that might actually be the same voice that did the narration over the opening cutscene to the game. I'm not certain though. We've seen this. We've seen this. If you saw the fail video, you know that we've seen this. And if you didn't, well then, that's what you get for skipping ahead. You don't want to see it when I fail? Well then you don't get background knowledge. That's just how things go. I'll have you come down here and snatch this treasure chest. Ooh, there's a gold mine over there. There's a gold mine on the other side of a purple arch. Let's get a closer look at that, actually. And there's some Cyclops Kings guarding it, so that's going to be a late game fight. But nevertheless, if I can find that monolith, there be gold past that there monolith. Although, it is a one-way gate, so I will have to find another way out. And I am going to have Tarnum go and pick up this ore again, as much as his captains will hate it. Well, you know what, captains? You're just gonna have to deal with it. What? He doesn't even start with orcs this time. Well, there's a random factor in that, I guess. Go into the town. Have the town build an orc tower this time. Because why not? I like having some ranged advantage. Having ranged units to pick things off from a distance is always useful. Now Tarnum is going to have to wait until the second turn to actually get into his first combat, because no, I actually can get into one right now. Never mind. This also happens to be a smaller stack of goblins than it was last time, unless I'm much mistaken. I think there were 40-something last time. I'll just kill them with my orcs. Sure, fine. Got no problem with that. We're good. Now there's the border guard there. And as mentioned, the border guard, I suppose because he's got a tower protecting him, and despite the fact that we can siege castles, we can't siege the towers. That's purely based on it being an abstraction of the game. We can't siege those. As mentioned, they are invulnerable. And this time there is some wood in the wagon. Cool. So in order to pass the border guards, we need to be approved for passage past the border guards, which requires that the keymaster who's associated with the border guards has met us and thinks that we are worthy, and they will. We just have to meet them first, and then they will see the rightness of our cause and be persuaded that we should pass. But they have to meet one of our heroes first. Doesn't matter who, it can be any hero. So I could have Gundula run off and talk to the keymaster and explain about Tarnum's great quest, and then he'd be like, oh goodness. Well, clearly we must assist this great noble barbarian king in reclaiming the history of his peoples and such. Thank goodness you told us. Control the battlefield, control some passage here. Trolled for days. Aha, you see what I did there? Get trolled. I have got some magic points. Let's reduce casualties a little bit by taking out one of our opponents that way. And that's comparable losses to last time. We beat up the trolls. Gundula can get over here, grab some resources. Grab some experience, Get the gold, get the wood, get the emblem of cognizance, get the gem pond. And what does that actually do? Increases your eagle eye skill. Well, Tarnum doesn't have an eagle eye skill, but I do think it still affects him. And if he does get into a fight with an enemy hero at some point, then I suppose it would be very useful if he could learn spells from him. Which is what that does. I believe that it will still work even if you don't actually have the eagle eye skill. It'll basically give it to you at 15% chance to learn a spell by watching an enemy cast it, assuming that it is a low enough level that you can comprehend it. Okay. Let's throw some more lightning around. 3 trolls perish. Good job. They've got 17 health left on that particular one, but now they've got as much as they want. Two trolls perish. Where's my blast? There's my blast. Blast the goblins, and then they should be able to finish off the remaining 3 trolls. Yep. I would like to recruit trolls. I'll come out here and play with the rogues again. Come back here and build... No one's really near it right now and about to learn spells, so I'll build a marketplace. And continue on to day 3. Which is where I died. Alright. I'll take that, why the hell not? You may notice that these guys have the same background as the trolls, so despite not having a faction exactly, we don't get a morale debuff from having units of 3 factions, because we only have units from 2 factions, actually, and that's a neutral morale situation. Now Gundula will be able to reach that. I could take on the rocks if I need to. There's a pack of ogre magi up there, and I could probably take them on too, just don't fuck with the pyramid, I guess. Get the water wheel. Spirit of Oppression. Negates all morale bonuses during combat for both you and your opponent. Just tuck that in your backpack. It can be useful not to have that equipped. Get the crystal cavern, nab the gold, stand back. Tarnum's about to do some crazy shit, but it's not gonna involve going into the pyramid this time. This is substantially more rocks. This is substantially more rocks. I hope I can deal with it. 40 goblins, 2 rocks. That's the smallest stack of rocks. I do kind of want to haste those goblins. Okay, haste the goblins. Take down those rocks. Ah, oh, they got the counterattack. Damn it. I thought they wouldn't. Oh, the rogues can easily go and finish those things off. And arrows. And since I'm leading with my goblins, apparently let's bless the goblins. To do more damage with the goblins. Much better! Much, much better. Oh, and now all the goblins are gonna get pecked apart by rocks. How many goblins are left? 8. Yeah, that's, well, sometimes that happens. Let's throw the rogues in there. Now these rocks are far enough away that I struggle to hit them with my ranged attacks. Okay. I took rather more losses than I needed to take there. I guess I'm getting bored with the repetition. Sorry. But I did win. I did win, and there's a pack of ogre magi there, and a pack might possibly be more than I want to handle with this number of troops, especially when I'm taking this number of losses. So let's... oh, just grab that wood and move out of there. Let's see, what do I want to upgrade over here. I'm not really concerned about the ore and wood right now, so I should keep rushing towards the city hall. If I want to be concerned about money. On the other hand, I probably shouldn't be concerned about money. I should probably be concerned about troops. King Tarnum, says your advisor Hardac. I met a man on the road with a fresh and fast horse. He says he got it from a stable to the south. We must visit this stable weekly if we are going to be able to rescue the bards before Curl's deadline runs out. Thank you, Hardac. Admittedly, this is the first level that we're on a deadline for, but I don't really think I'm going to have that much trouble meeting it. This is a small map. Unless there's a really, really squiggly underground, I don't picture it taking that much time to get across it. Even if I do have trouble ensuring that I have big enough armies to deal with the threats. If I haste those rogues, they can probably take out most or all of these goblins. Yes, they can. Good. I would indeed like to recruit orcs. That's my primary purpose for being there. Nab some gold. Nab some more gold. Treasure chest. Pack of ogre magi. Green border guard. So where actually are the keymaster tents? What? For entertainment, you pause here for a meal and wrestling. Everyone competes, including you. It's a difficult competition, but in the end you come out victorious, bringing the cheers of your men. It gives them the feeling that they're following the right man. They say about Gundula as she's returning to the castle with a goblin. Clearly that was not cued at the time that it was intended to be. And also apparently Gundula may be having a rather rough love affair with that one goblin in her army. I have mixed feelings about this. Fight some master gremlins. There's the blue keymaster tent over there. Oh, that could be it. That could be the trouble. That I need to get the blue keymaster tent, go through the blue gate, do some squiggly bullshit in order to get to the green keymaster tent to go through the green gate, which will actually lead to the objective. However, if I keep Gundula fairly close to this castle, or keep bringing her back whenever she's not actively sending out reinforcements, then that should help if I need to get a large army going in the opposite direction to where I have been quickly. That should work out as long as Gundula is controlling that army and she doesn't have to start from all the way across the map, because I have multiple heroes and I can do that. Master Gremlins, you're fucked. Okay, we've got a pack of nomads. I believe nomads are the same faction, the same neutral faction as the trolls and the rogues. But they may not be. They got some very fearsome looking horses there with glowing red eyes. Yeah, I think it's the same faction. Might actually be taken from one of these battle screens. The background, I mean. And they are less powerful than the trolls, but there are more of them. And this would probably have been a significantly better fight to have that morale bonus for. Pause. Rogues can pause too. Since the rogues can actually get there, have the rogues beat up on that stack which is already weakened for greater strategy. There we go. That'll always help. Troll's gonna start that fight. Troll's gonna continue that fight with their wounds healed. Alright, so at this point, basic pathfinding. It was suggested to us that we should pick up that skill to move faster, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go for advanced resistance. I do have advanced logistics, which is helping us move faster by default already. The blue keymaster's tent. The caretaker of this keymaster's tent seems happy to see you. Ah, finally someone worthy, he says. I shall send word immediately to the border guard that you be allowed to pass. Now the light blue border guard is down here, and he'll let us pass through to that area with the stables, which eventually leads to the mountain with the gold mine in it, perhaps. And the monolith one-way exit might go somewhere else. What's over here? There's a third friggin' one! They're gonna give us an advanced run around over here, and there's a hero over there. There's an enemy hero over there. Fascinating. Let's actually build that city hall so that I won't have forsaken the advantages of both routes. We still have Bloodlust in here. There's Slow, there's Magic Arrow, there's Dispel. So I'll want Tarnum to come and visit this place. Also, might as well go ahead and open the border guard. See, it disappears when the first person goes in and finds it, touches it. Of course, I should bring Gundula up there and collect some resources. I wasn't sure what to do with her there for a second. Day 6. Once again, good advice comes from Hardac. He suggests you train your captains well, even if all they're doing is picking up resources. It's always good to keep skilled leaders at your side, especially in the battles ahead. Well, sure, why not, when it costs you little. Okay, so there's another adventurer running around up there. There's a gold mine, there's a few ancient behemoths, an artifact. It's good to take note of that. The rally flag is profoundly helpful anytime you haven't already visited it, because it also refills your movement a bit. Also really want to refill Tarnum's spell points, so I would like him to be able to rest at that Mage's Guild. Despite the fact that that limits movement forward somewhat. There can also be some advantage from prior knowledge by exploring the corners of the map, which Gundula doesn't have anything else she really needs to be doing first, so that may be better for her to be doing than anyone else. It requires a wolf pen first, build the wolf pen. Don't need to recruit from it right this instant. However, of course, I'm going to go for rocks after that. Hire what I can. Have Tarnum step in here, collect those troops. Now, depending on how much movement he actually has, I think I could actually get out here, attack this pack of Archmagi, and I may be able to get back to the castle in this turn, but I'm not actually certain of that. I really hope I haven't bitten off more than I could chew again this time. That was, I confess, somewhat embarrassing. Of course. So I'll just play out this battle and hope that it goes alright. Moving up my troops at the end of the turn. Moving up my rocks to block those rangers, by which I mean any creature that does range damage, from being able to shoot at me. You're not impressing anyone, Archmage. Well, that's irritating. Ten losses. Can I get... Nope. So I couldn't bring Tarnum back here this day anyway, so I thought I'd scout forward a little bit and pick up this, which gives me something per day that I have it, so it's good to have it as early as possible. I've pretty much secured this immediate area, although not completely. Curl's land lies beyond this border guard. You'll certainly find him prepared for your arrival, but what choice do you have? Is that... It's Thane again! Apparently he's a favorite. Alright. Well, I've got that map data. I've got some creature-producing buildings built at Dragonspire. Is this still Dragonspire, actually? No, it's Strongglen this time. The names are randomized. Dragonspire is a myth from a fallen hero. It's, you know, the dragons aren't real in the barbarian kingdoms. They only exist in strange places like the elf cities and the fortress cities. No such place as Dragonspire. It's in a different history. You forgot the name. You forgot the name, narrator. It's okay. Join us again next week while we head out and hopefully do not take 3 months to cover this map, which I don't think even has an underground. Although it could entirely be that I'm underestimating it a little bit.